Coming up, we've got an update on Ray's Star Wars film. We've also got news of some Disney Plus movies heading to cinemas and much more. But before we go any further, make sure you do hit that subscribe button to keep up with the latest Disney Plus news. Hi everyone, it's Roger here from What's On at DisneyPlus.com. Let's start off with talking about 3 Pixar films which are going to be making their ways to cinemas in the United States in the early part of 2024. So they're going to be releasing Luca, Turning Red and also Soul in cinemas for a limited time. So this is the first real kind of time that we're going to see these films out in cinemas. It's a kind of an extra way for them to kind of boost up box office numbers. I don't think they're going to do huge numbers because obviously they've been available on Disney Plus for a long time. But if you've been wanting to watch them in cinemas, and I know a lot of Pixar fans have been wanting to do so, this is going to be your chance to do so. I'll be honest, Luca's my favourite. I think if I was going to go see any of the 3, that would be the one. But yeah, I think this is a great way of them kind of just trying to maybe fix some of the issues that they've had with these films, of just kind of more of a gesture, goodwill to kind of the fans, but also to the people working on them, and to kind of fix the wrongs, because these films were rushed to Disney Plus, and at the time, you know, there was the pandemic going on, and I think there was valid reason for why they did it. I think with Turning Red, they probably could have got away with not doing it. Same with Luca, they could have maybe done a double one. But Soul, I mean, we were all in lockdown over Christmas when that came out. We couldn't do anything, so that made sense at the time. But it's nice to see Disney doing this. Again, I don't think that's going to do any major box office numbers. Originally in March, they were going to be releasing Elio. They pushed that back to June of 2025. So they got a nice big break. There's not really any big movies coming out from Disney over those few months, so why not do that? Soul will be arriving in cinemas on January the 12th, with Turning Red following on February the 9th, with Luca arriving a month later on March the 22nd. No word yet if this is going to be in other countries or if it's just going to be in the US, but great thing to have. But are you going to go see it? Any of these? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that in the comments below. Moving on from there, let's talk about now with Ray's Star Wars film. So this was announced back at Star Wars Celebration earlier this year. Going to see Daisy Ridley return as Rey Skywalker. Set about 15 years after the events of the last film, and she's trying to rebuild the Jedi Order. We don't really know too much more about it, but according to production lists, it's actually going to be going into production on the 7th of April here in London, which is great news. I mean, they are really kind of seeing this come together. We're going to start probably seeing casting information and stuff coming up with that pretty soon. But the fact that this is being kind of put into production so quickly, it is great. We've not seen any Star Wars films in productions for years. They've been focused on Disney Plus, and now they're kind of trying to get back to theatrical releases. Obviously, with it going into filming later next year, it's probably going to be maybe late 2025, maybe even 2026 before we see it, because of all the special effects and how long it takes to film and stuff. But yeah, I think this is great. It's finally having an update on a Star Wars film which has actually moved beyond just a point of them announcing a logo and who's directing it. This time we actually know that it's actually starting to happen, and I think this is the start of them maybe building then on this franchise and just kind of trying to get back in and going somewhere new with it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Really loved the announcements when it came in. I think also might be a way for them to try and maybe fix some of the issues that they had with those other sort of modern Star Wars films. Hopefully they can get things sorted. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit tougher, I think, for this film to get audiences back on track, but hopefully they can do it. But let us know what you think of this in the comments below. And the other good thing about this now is we know that there's not going to be a delay in terms of filming from the actors' strike, because overnight it has been confirmed by SAG-AFTRA that the members have voted on their agreement and it's all gone through. That means now they have a 3-year deal to kind of keep working and stuff, and there's not going to be a strike from the actors. Whether or not next year there's one from Teamsters or anything like that, I'm not sure there would be, because I think the appetite for another big strike will be gone after the issues that we've had this year. But yeah, so at least now we know there's not going to be any actor strikes or writer strikes or director strikes for at least the next few years. So yeah, so things are all going through. It was kind of interesting as well with the SAG-AFTRA strike, how few people actually voted. Less than 40%. It was about 80-20 split, with 20% of people kind of not really voting yes for this one, primarily I think due to AI rules. But the fact that so few people voted was kind of surprised, you know. I mean, less than 40%, that's not good when you think it was, it could have been, you just would have expected it to be much higher than that. But good news, at least that's all over with. and we can put all that behind us, and now they can get on with filming new shows and stuff. Let's now talk about what's new on Disney Plus today. So the big new release is on Disney Plus around the world. We got the season finale of the Santa Clauses. So if you've been watching the second season, I'm going to check that out over the weekend. I've been an episode or two behind. I haven't really felt this season that it's like been a must watch. It's okay, not a lot of chatter about the show overall. If you're watching it, let us know. Did you enjoy it? Did you not? I'm assuming you're going to save Christmas. I mean, yeah, I wouldn't expect anything different. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. Also around the world today, we got Soundtrack number 2, a new Korean series. So that one's been released on Disney Plus. In addition, here in the UK, we did also get Theatre Camp. So if you want to check that film out. Now, I'm going to do a separate video on this later today, but I'm going to mention this. Now, if you log into Disney Plus today and you're in the United States, you might see something a little bit different, because some of you who are Hulu subscribers may see a Hulu Beta tab within Disney Plus. Now, this seems to be rolling out as of the time of the recording, because it's only like, it's the middle of the morning UK time, so it'll be like middle of the night. So I think they're rolling it out slowly. But we've been having reports from a number of members, and I did a video call with PJ earlier, one of our members, who showed me it all working and stuff. So you might actually end up with having access to a load of Hulu content now in Disney Plus. As I said, I'm still waiting to get a little bit more information. No official information's come out. I would like to also see it fully running myself, but in there you can see all the big shows like The Bear, Only Murders in the Building, etc. Important to note, if you are international, don't worry about it. We've already got it all. It's the Star Hub. They are basically getting the Star Hub, but they have to pay for it. It's kind of a bit weird. Expect, as I said, there'll be more information on this later when we get all the official confirmation, and when we can see it and stuff and rolling and so on. But just be aware, there is a lot more content on Disney Plus in the US for some members. But if you're not in the program, don't worry. I think they're just rolling out slowly. Do not worry. Do not panic. It is slowly coming out there for everyone. And our comment today, which comes from Terry, who says, "Hi, enjoy watching your podcast. Question, do you think Sky will do a deal with Disney at some point?" So you can already get Disney Plus through Sky here in the UK, and whether or not they do a bundle with that like they have with Netflix, I don't know. I mean, I could see Disney wanting to do maybe something with it. But we are definitely seeing a case of sort of Disney and other streaming services moving a little bit away from like Sky and Virgin and so on, because there's less and less people using it. That now, if you try to get Sky, they just sell you their little box. I mean, they ultimately want to sell you a subscription to get some money. So I could see some bundling happening like it is in the US right now, but we're very much in a different era here in the UK compared to in the US with our cable systems and satellite stuff. A lot less people are on it, and also, with the way that we have like Freeview and so on, it's a little bit different. So I could definitely see them doing a deal, but also Sky wants to keep those costs down. They're trying to get people to sign up to it, and if you see a high sticker price of, say, 20, 25 quid because it includes Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime or whatever, it might put people off signing up. So that's a bit of an issue. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a deal, but they probably just let you bundle it in when you do it, and then you maybe get a slight discount that way. But let us know what you think of all that in the comments below. As I said, there'll be a video later today about the Hulu situation. I want to go into that in a lot more detail when we've got the information. And I shall see you guys soon. Laters.